Hey guys, so if you remember, back in early December, I made a video about the November Criterion Collection sale, and if you don't remember what I talked about, the Criterion Collection is kind of this organization that releases the greatest films from around the world, and this time I got more, and I actually even counted. I think I've up to like 14 that I bought this year, and in total, I think I have around like 23 Criterions. So, yeah, I've pretty much got a lot of Criterions, and that's what happens when, and as you see, hard work pays off. So, guess I'm gonna get right into it. So the first movie I bought, Spine 63, Carnival of Souls from 1962. This movie is actually in the public domain, so this movie's free on YouTube, so I didn't really have to buy $20 for this. But this is like very praised, highly praised, and from what I hear, it has spoiler somewhat. It has practically the same twist ending of the Sixth Sense, and yeah, I heard a lot about it. I heard it was good, and I'm gonna review it for October. Alright, next one. Spine 65, Wes Anderson's Rushmore. I've talked about this movie on my tier ranking first viewing video, and if you didn't know, Rushmore is my favorite Wes Anderson film. I love the story, I love the acting, I just love the comedy, I like all the stuff. I like how Max is this playwright, and is like able to make like these frickin' like a Vietnam play. I love that. And Wes Anderson is pretty big on the Criterion. About all of his films are on there, and I mostly got a lot of them. The only films I just didn't get were World Tenenbaums and Moonrise Kingdom. And the only film that's not on the Criterion of his is Isle of Dogs, and that's because it's a pretty recent movie. So, for Spine 75, I have Chasing Amy, which I actually did not get this movie at a Barnes and Noble. I got this at a Rite Aid, surprisingly, and this is the cheapest one I bought because it was literally $1. So yeah, Chasing Amy. It's Kevin Smith, and I've really not seen any Kevin Smith movies, and I know Clerks 3 is being shot as of right now. So yeah, all right. So I've recently talked about this movie on first viewing last year, and I rewatched it. So Spine 97, Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. Now when I talked about this, I said how I watched this the wrong way, and I really did. I watched it on Peacock, and I watched it on nights and just like separately, like episodically. I watched it like a miniseries. I think that's how I explained it. I watch it again. It's a better experience. It's just, I feel, because it's a movie that takes place over a day, and so there's a better feel, and I really appreciate more of what Spike Lee did. Even a fun fact about Spike Lee, my dad and his friends, like, they once bought like season tickets to go to like the Knicks game, and there was like a celebrity booth, and they had and so basically like Woody Allen, and I think John Kennedy's son was there, and so and Spike Lee was there. So that's a little fun thing, because Spike Lee is 100% just a New Yorker and just gets New York. And this movie really captures New York well in a lot of ways. There's a lot of like relevancy. Like this movie, it just like it feel like all this stuff, it still happens. And not just the ending. I just feel like all the relationships and like people, that it feels like nothing has changed since this movie has come out. It's 89, and it's been like 1989. I mean, my God, it's 31 years old. I can't believe it. But yeah, Do the Right Thing. After rewatching it, it's really good. I love everything at Sal's Pizza. Those scenes are great. I love the guys that just sit down all day. I like all these just like little jokes that happen. And I just love this block. You feel like you're actually looking at a real block, and it just and like when you watch these shots, like you see all these like major characters, and they're just like sometimes they're just in the backgrounds, like, and they have nothing to do with the scene, and it's, I don't know, I do just get Do the Right Thing is just one of those like sort of comedies where you gotta rewatch multiple times, and I do enjoy it, but I will admit, I think when it came to the Oscars, this really like just wasn't it. This is not the movie really to win Best Picture though. Okay, next one, Spine 175. Terry Gilliam's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So, I have another film of his, Brazil. I talked about how I liked it, but it definitely had some story stuff to it. It's really been a while. I would actually love to rewatch Brazil. And I love the ending song of Brazil. I don't know, but anyway, if you're in Loathing in Las Vegas, I hear a lot about this one. It stars Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro, and I think like appearances by Gary Busey and Tommy Maguire. So yeah, a lot. This movie has a lot, and it's basically about Vegas, and it's on like a lot of lists, and I hear it's very trippy. So Spine 300, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I've not seen this one yet, of Wes Anderson's, and I believe this is his weakest one. I don't know. This one like appears sometimes at like bottom lists. I think it's got like a 53 or 54 on Rotten Tomatoes. So I don't know, because that's kind of like one of those movies where it's kind of like why they don't like Wes Anderson. And I will admit, I think he is a bit of a mixed bag when it came to like Darjeeling Limited and Royal Tenenbaums. But yeah. But now we're on to another Wes Anderson film, 450, Bottle Rocket. I did watch this one. I am going to be reviewing this one on my next first viewing of June and July. Spine 540, The Darjeeling Limited. I talked about this one on a first viewing. Trying to remember, I liked it, but I don't think it's his best film. It's definitely, I think it's kind of slow at a lot of points. So yeah, and I think definitely I sort of blacked out once they got to Angelica Houston's character, because now what I'm thinking about, I don't even remember what happened at the end of this movie, or just that they went back on the train. Okay, so 638 is Christopher Nolan's Following. So, I haven't really seen that many Christopher Nolan films that's like pre-Batman Begins. So, Following, Memento, and Insomnia, I should really see. And Following, this is sort of a low, but this somewhat makes sense for the Criterion to have it. Just because I think for that fact, because it's its first film, and it is like I think it is pretty artsy. But yeah, Following, I will check it out someday. Alright, we have another Wes Anderson, and this is on like everyone's favorite movie list. Spine 700, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yeah, I feel like this is, I don't have a watch list, but if I think I did, this movie is at number one, because this movie gets talked a lot. And this is like, I feel like a lot of people have this on at number one of their favorite movies, or up there with like of their favorite movies. It's like insane. This movie has just like so many praises. But yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm going to watch it eventually. Alright. Spine 869. Rumblefish. This is the only film by Francis Ford Coppola. This was released in 1983 when Coppola made like Rumblefish and another S.E. Hinton novel, The Outsiders. The Outsiders is not really it's not really like looked back as a classic, and it's not really, this and Rumblefish, these aren't really held up as other Coppola's other movies like The Godfather, the first two Godfathers, and Apocalypse Now. But Rumblefish is on the Criterion, and this is his only film. And, yeah, can't wait to check it out. And it's got one of my favorite actors, Dennis Hopper, in it. Alright, another one. 897, Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon. So this, I wanted to try to get some Hitchcock and some Kubrick this year, but I sadly couldn't, so I only just got Barry Lyndon. And I've already watched this movie. I'm going to be talking about it on my next first viewing video. Spy 904, we've got Election by Alexander Payne. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Alexander Payne, he's the guy behind films as Sideways and The Descendants. So, I think this should be good. I haven't seen any of them. And it's got Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon. And it's funny enough that I bought this film because I'm literally right now in the middle of a 2-week show run of Legally Blonde, where I'm Callahan. So it's kind of fun that I got this movie, Election, that stars Reese Witherspoon. Alright, last one. We have 1054. The Best Picture winner, Bong Joon-ho's Parasites. I have not seen Parasites. Didn't see when it came out. I don't have Hulu. So I wanted to wait. And I didn't buy it on DVD yet because I wanted to wait for it to come on when July, when the sale would come around at Barnes & Noble, so I can get Parasites, and I'm gonna check it out eventually. I like the concept that I hear from what John Campy said. It's Dirty Rotten Scoundrels if it was directed by Quentin Tarantino. So it sounds interesting. So if anyone remembers last time, I kind of did this other thing where I looked at other collections. Because I would like to maybe, collect other, movie collections, from other, DVD stuff. So what I got instead was from, Warner Brothers stuff. I showed how I got, these, fancy covers that had, Casablanca, Argo, Full Metal Jacket in 2001. And so for this one, I just got the entire Hobbit motion picture trilogy. This from the Warner Brothers, and to celebrate the most iconic moments in film history, basically. So it basically it has the same cover of a regular Hobbit DVD box set that you would normally get, but so I just got the Hobbit, and never seen any of the Hobbit movies. I've seen Lord of the Rings, all 3 of them. I like the Lord of the Rings movies, even though I wasn't big on Return of the King, but still, Two Towers, I think it's one of the best sequels, and yeah, I'll watch the Hobbit movies eventually. I was thinking of maybe reviewing the Hobbit, or maybe the Russian Lord of the Rings TV series thing that came out in the 90s. Either way, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, what do you want me to review before Lord of the Rings comes out? What Lord of the Rings content do you want me to review? I don't know. So there you go, guys. That's it. My whole Criterion collection that I bought at the July sale. Well, besides Chasing Amy, which was at Rite Aid. But, so anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I will make another Criterion video when November comes along. And, thank you very much. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time for my first viewing. Where you'll hear my thoughts on Bottle Rocket and Barry Lyndon.